It was the red-eye flight from Las Vegas. Pretty much everyone on board was sleeping. One woman in the back was woken up in the most disturbing way.
I've never been more ready to come back home until the end.
Detroiter Alicia Beverly could not wait to get back, ironically, from Sin City.
It's just a girls trip. I was with my sister.
Did you guys have fun?
Yeah, had fun.
Monday night, curled up in a back seat next to her sister on board a Delta flight. Alicia was asleep until
It started to get warm on this side of me.
in that sleepy haze right at eye level, something unexpected.
I jump up and I seen his private area out, so I screamed and that woke everybody on the plane up. By the time I actually looked at him and I see him shaking himself off, I'm like, this man just peed on me.
Her scream getting the attention of an off-duty officer on board.
In the midst of me doing all that, I looked, there was like a puddle of pee in the seat.
Alicia says the officer rushed over, restraining the man, who turned out to be a well-known pastor from North Carolina. Sources tell us the pastor had an apparent bad reaction to a sleep aid.
He didn't say anything the whole time he was standing there.
Just like you were a bathroom.
Yeah.
Alicia sat in those wet clothes for hours before landing at Detroit Metro, where the pastor was taken into custody. He hasn't been charged yet. The FBI handles incidents in the air. They'll make a decision on charges. Meanwhile, Alicia is filled with anxiety.
I left work yesterday because I couldn't stay, but I had to tell him why I needed to leave because it was a lot. Like, my anxiety was really bad. I literally, since then, I probably only got maybe like 4 hours of sleep.
She's grateful, though, for the officer who took charge.
I'm literally very thankful that he was on there and something was able to be done right away, and it wouldn't have been like my word against his. It was somebody on there to actually see.
We spoke with the pastor's camp by phone. They're choosing not to comment right now. As for Delta, they referred us to local police. Reporting in Romulus, Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
Ambien is the sleeping pill that is most commonly associated with complex sleep behaviors. You're not fully awake, but you're not fully asleep. You can still get up, but you actually don't remember it the next day because Ambien is a good amnesic. It's also the #1 sleeping pill in the blood in toxicology reports for suicides. It's probably #1 for traumatic brain injuries. Ambien is the sleeping pill that is most often used in criminal defense cases.
During his trial, Page said he didn't remember the shooting at all because he had taken at least 3 or 4 Ambien.
Ambien was the first sleeping pill in which the FDA said women should be taking half of the recommended dose, which at the time was 10 milligrams, so it was dropped to 5 milligrams. Ambien is also #1 with emergency room visits across all psychotropic drugs. Somebody gets up, especially an older adult, in the middle of the night, they fall down the steps and they injure their brain. Or they could engage in some kind of odd behavior where a spouse or significant other says there's something wrong with you, and they take them to the emergency room.
Homie, 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 homie.